Tea Addictions Part 7.
The tea takeover.
Today we have something really special for you guys. We're joined by Kahreign from Togara Tea. She's recently started up her own sustainable tea brand here in Manchester. She's going to talk us through how she's found peace and solace in tea and the tea ceremony and just everything around her brand basically.
Yeah, so Togara means now we rest or now we sit in the Shona language of Zimbabwe. So how it's said is Togara. So Togara.
Not Togara.
There's a lot of but yeah, so that is where I wanted to pay homage to my country, my roots and my upbringing, and share my language, because it's not really a common language, is it? Shona, like a lot of people are like, oh, who's she? Shona, I don't know her.
Shona?
I don't know her. But it's like, no, it's one of the many beautiful Bantu languages in Zimbabwe, and one I'm happy to be able to speak. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to incorporate into the brand, like this idea of home, like a home sense. Like now we sit, like what we're doing right now, we are Togarari. We're sitting down and we are resting, we're at peace, we're at calm. You can feel all of these different points in your body activated. I don't know whether your spine is hurting because my posture is terrible. Yeah. But you can feel that, and it's a great feeling to be able to feel. Yeah,
to be reflective.
Yeah.
And I love how you're bringing that through into your brand. There's so many people nowadays that are just money motivated. I'm not saying you're not money motivated, but we're all money motivated. But it's good to be money motivated with good values and good core principles.
Tea, what can I say?
Tea.
For me, tea has brought a lot of healing, a lot of grounding in the midst of chaos. The act of drinking tea for me is very ritualistic. It's the breath work that's involved with it. You're inhaling as you slurp. You're inhaling. It's that exhale to get that heat out of your system. And I've been drinking tea since I was 13 or so. I've been drinking tea for quite a while. It's just started from a love of like green tea and a love of herbs and nature, and
Did you find, was there like something in particular in life that kind of happened where you're almost forced into trying to find peace in something?
It was a very transitional period of my life, and I just needed something that was I was just trying to find more activities that I could rely on to just bring me back a sense of peace. So it was music, it was running and going out for walks, being by water, and then it became tea as well. My first love that really got me into herbal teas was burdock root. I was drinking a lot of burdock root because I was also trying to like cleanse my skin and cleanse my body and remove all impurities. So I was aware that like burdock root is quite known for being a blood cleanser and being able to get rid of toxins.
So I'm kind of curious on how you formalized into tea and wanted to do your own brand. What provoked it?
So for a long time, like I always wanted something of my own. I thought I don't want to leave this earth without having given something back. And I appreciate music. I love making music, and that is, one of the gifts I'm happy to be able to tap into. But on going into like the business side of things and like living in this matrix of life, like I thought if I'm gonna work for something, I'd rather it be my own thing, something that I know full well how it operates. Like there's a level of transparency that I can appreciate, and I'm in control of and responsible for making sure that my brand is sourcing responsibly, it's providing like high quality products. So I always wanted my own business basically, and I realised that business doesn't have to be anything complex or scary or daunting. I always thought owning your own business means being the next Elon Musk, you know, and being in charge of these super high intelligent Tesla cars or something. But then I thought, no, like, simplify it, bring it back to your core and your essence and who you are, and make it that. And I realized that every time my friends come into my house, they're asking me, what are all these jars? And they always want to know, what tea is that? What tea is that? So I started like making teas for like my guests and my friends, and they were just so into it. And I thought, yeah, I want to share this excitement and this energy with everyone, anyone and everyone.
I love that, like being able to align yourself with people that align with you as well. That sustainable aspect of it, working with people that care. You can see you care so much about the tea, and people will feel that, and it translates through in the cup as well.
Yeah. Sustainability. Wabi Sabi, I read that book and I really fell in love with, I think there's a saying, I don't know how to say it because it's in Japanese, but I think it's something like ware tade tadu oshiru or something like that. Okay. And I think it means we have everything we need. And if I could get that tattooed across the whole of my body, I would. Honestly, because like I think we're so used to living in this like state of like deficiency, or I don't have, or I am at loss, I am broke. And it's like, yes, if you speak these things over yourself constantly, it's no surprise that you are going to live in that state. But when I read that book and I tuned my thinking into that concept of I have everything I need, I just saw like how the gates of abundance just opened and things were overflowing into my life, things that I hadn't even had to ask for, because I was just in that frequency of gratefulness and receiving and giving. So that's what I was attracting. And yeah,
the world is as you perceive, isn't it? You see it in a positive way, you'll notice the positive things. You see it in a negative way, you see the negative things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the ability to escape and just reflect and, you know, take time away from the chaos, because we live in a constant state of stress.
Yeah.
And like stress has always been a primal thing we've had, like the fight or flight. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh shit, tiger over there, he's getting a bit close, yeah, I should probably dip. That's stress.
Yeah.
But now stress is translated into like modern life, where oh shit, I need to put this assignment out, I need to do my cleaning, I need whatever it is you feel the stress about. We need to figure out why and how we can cope with those, because otherwise, like we're seeing now, we're gonna run out of fuel.
Yeah.
Do you believe there's like a contingency between your music and then the reflection in the ceremony? Do you think they go hand in hand? Do you think one benefits the other at all? Is there a link, or?
I think that's quite a tough question.
It is a tough one, isn't it? Sorry, just throwing you into that.
No, but I like it because similarities between the process. I am finding that like there's the mixing stage. When I first got the idea of making tea blends, I had to think about what blends are going to work together, what's going to mix well. And in music, you've got the mixing process where you've got to take each stem, each instrument that you've embodied in a song, and you've got to mess around with the levels and mess around with the high end, the low ends, the reverbs, to get it to actually have a presence in the midst of like the whole orchestra of the song. So I think that's one thing that resonates with the tea, like especially like the Ruva blend, which has got the chamomile and the lavender. Like chamomile is quite a subtle it's quite a subtle herb. You can't really taste it straight away. Yeah, it's very light, whereas lavender is very pungent, and like the minute you put like 3 drops of lavender essential oil, you just, the whole room is like wow. So it's just getting those levels right. That's the mixing component of the tea and music.
There's like a similarity there, isn't there? That like you said, that process of going through it, but also the trial and error as well. Like I can imagine you've gone through like so many nights where you've been keen, you've made like this batch of tea or whatever, and then you sit there and you're like, oh yeah, I can finally drink it, take one sip, and it's just awful, way too much of whatever it may be. So it's amazing you can work through it and find that ensemble to create an orchestra in a cup, basically. Yeah. And I feel it. I can feel the testing. Yeah. Both the therapeutic practices, the tea and the making of music, they're both very solid and can be very isolating in their own aspects sometimes. You know, that escape from the world, the tea ceremony, pulling you away from adversities and just life in general, because it can be tough. So I'm curious how, if it does, how do these uplift you through these tough times? Is it like, joining to the tea ceremony, is it like a reflection to then understand, okay, when I come out of this, it's grind time? And with the music, is it kind of like a turn in the page? This chapter in my life is done. I've reflected. I've poured my heart out. Yeah, would you just mind elaborating on how that rhythm uplifts you?
Yeah, so do nothing without intention. So, you know, reworded, it's do everything with intention. Set an intention for everything that you're doing. Even when in my process of making music, if I'm channeling a certain sound, then my intention is to either work with the elements and bring a fire and ignite passion, or bring a calmness, a meditative state, and tap into how water moves and how water is, and make a watery sound. Now with tea, and specifically like my teas and what I do with Togara, like there is an intention behind every blend. It's an intention to heal, it's an intention to bring joy or revitalize and bring sunshine in, but specifically through the sound blend which you've got. So answering your question, like how tea has impacted my life for the better, especially through tough times, I've been able to just really be intentional about my moment to sit down and to drink tea. So, you know, I've got a mixture of an array of different blends and different herbs here. So I find that when I was going through anxiety and just a bit restless, I would lean towards like St. John's wort, and that helped me to calm down and to ease myself. In Togara, the herb that I use to bring that kind of calmness is ginseng. So that appears in the Muka blend, the green tea blend, and ginseng is great for regulating the organs or the systems in the body that respond to stress. So it makes it a stress reliever in a way. So yeah, you got that. I think in all aspects of life, especially creativity, there's the physical aspect, the physical realm, and then there's the metaphysical realm. So it's constantly trying to balance those, and know that from whatever you are doing or whatever you are intaking, there's a physical side to it, which is, okay, the ginseng is regulating these systems in my body, and then there's the metaphysical side to it, which is like spiritually I'm tapping into a sense of stillness, a sense of ease again. So yeah, that's how I use tea to help myself and others.
That's really resonated with me, and it's like taking control of that voice in your head. Remember, you are the boss.
Yeah. You're
the boss of those voices in your head, so overcome.
Yeah. And life is for you, like the universe is working for you. And that's an affirmation in itself, because you need to learn to wake up and just say that to yourself, like life is for me today. Like life is working for me, the universe is working for me.
There's more to life, isn't it? And it's not a bad day, it's a bad life. Oh, no. That's not the way it goes. Don't take that advice. No. It's a bad day, not a bad life.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm sorry. Sheep. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining me. I've really appreciated the insight to the tea, the behind the scenes of Kahreign and Togara Tea.
Thank you for having me. It's been really special. Very magical moments.
Bless. Thank you.